Ladies and gentlemen, we have demons and devils walking among us. You don't believe me, do you? Well, this story is going to make you believe me. Let's get to the bottom of it.
Factor Uncensored, 40-year-old Latoya Harris and her boyfriend, 41-year-old Terrence Washington, are both behind bars in Louisiana tonight. They're likely on a path straight to hell, and you will agree. This is after Harris's 15-year-old daughter was severely abused by the couple at their home in Terrebonne Parish, just outside of New Orleans. How bad was the abuse? Investigators say Washington shot the teen on 2 different occasions with a shotgun, one time in the chest.
What? No.
Police say he also raped her, and in order to cover that crime up, the teen's mother set her on fire, blaming her, and also never getting her a treatment for the gunshot wounds. The damage was so bad, the teenager lost half of her face and one of her eyes. She remains hospitalized after all of this was uncovered during a car accident in Baytown, nearly 300 miles from their home in Thibodaux, Louisiana. And joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Ashlyn Brothers, who is a reporter for Fox 8 in New Orleans, WBUE-TV. Ashlyn, thank you for joining us. Such a tragic...
What type of monstrous disaster did I just hear? Oh, no. No. Now, I know Louisiana has some death penalty laws. I know they're not going to need about just one execution. That's just too easy. That's just too good and easy of a death. No. Let's not play no games in Louisiana, please. They gonna need about 3 to 4 different methods of execution. Starting with the lethal. We're gonna give that body a lethal injection. But just don't kill him too fast. Then let's give him some electrical execution. Yeah, shock that body. Shock that body till the body can't support the pain anymore. Yes. Next, the next execution is the death execution. Please give him 3 types of tribulations. The same type of tribulations he gave that 15-year-old teen, that's the same type of tribulations he need to go through. Him and that good of a demon mother. Because I keep telling y'all, just because she born you, doesn't mean she your mother. You know how you want to know someone's your mother? Their actions, yes. Their actions are going to show that's your mother. She's going to take care of you. She's going to love you. She's going to protect you. She's going to stand by your side no matter what. Now, this type of mother here, this orangutan, good for nothing, uncommon sense of a human being type of mother, she need to get them some of that tribulations too. Good for nothing devils.
Tragic situation that we have here with this 15-year-old who is from Louisiana and, of course, got into an accident here. And that's why investigators found out that she was in distress and abused. But take us to the beginning. How did we get here?
Yeah, so, initially what police say is that this had been going on for months, right? The alleged abuse, the buried abuse, if you will, have been going on dating back to around February, what we call carnival season, when police say that there was distress within the household.
And
right?
Of course, we're talking about her mother and her mother's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So she lived in a home with them. And from what I've been told by relatives, she had moved in about a year and a half before these incidents. So she hadn't been living there for too long. But what we've been told by police is that that's when, things started to go awry. That's when police say that the boyfriend admitted to sexually abusing the girl for numerous on numerous accounts, right? And then at that point, police say that the mother then burned the girl, and
Y'all tell me, look at these pictures and tell me this mother don't look sick. Tell me the mother and that pathetic ass Negro of a boyfriend don't look sick together. Damn, they look sick. Look at her. Looking all cuckoo crazy. And she supported all of this. The mother. She supported the boyfriend raping her daughter. She supported all the trifling actions. She supported all the demonic actions against her daughter. No protection for her daughter. No love, no sympathy for her daughter. But protection from this dusty ass human being. She protected the dusty, good for nothing, devil human being. Trifling actions. And guess what? They gonna get some trifling death penalties too. Yeah. They provided trifling actions. You know what comes around goes around. So now the consequences to all them dusty actions is a dusty death. And hopefully they get them in Louisiana. Death penalty style. Please. Immediately. Immediately. No games playing Louisiana. And whoever is the judge, get that gavel and hit that gavel fast, swift, and no games. Because I'm tired of hearing stories like this. Death to rapists, death to pedophiles, death to mothers like this. And even if it was a father like this, death to them too. Whoever is a sick, deranged parents, they gotta go. They gotta go. In God's way, in God's term, they gotta go. Yeah. Y'all ain't following the principles to the Bible. Now I know everybody sins. We do petty sins every single day. But this right here, this is overboard sin. This ain't even a sin. This is a demonic action. And demonic actions need to be laid to rest.
The police say that this was something that she was doing as a sort of cover up for what had happened. Police also say that the mother blamed the 15-year-old for the incidents that had occurred.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that dusty ass remark? The mother blamed the 15-year-old for what had occurred between her and the man. It sounds like the mother got a little bit jealousy in her. It sounds like the mother got some hatred in her towards that daughter. That's what I'm sensing. I'm sensing jealousy. I'm sensing envy. I'm sensing hatred. I'm sensing a lot of things. Just don't add up. God damn it. May judgment day come swiftly and get rid of all of these pedophiles off the street. Please.
It wasn't until the shooting incident where police say that the boyfriend shot the 15-year-old on 2 different occasions that then they took off for Texas.
That is incredible. So the mother burned the girl, according to police, in order to cover up her being sexually assaulted by her boyfriend, according to investigators, right?
That is, to my understanding, I would have to check back with that. But yes, that to my understanding, that's what police say.
Do we know who the 15-year-old was living with before she went back to the home with her mother and her mother's boyfriend? Who was she living with then?
So here at my station, we've been very delicate with how we've been phrasing this, and we have spoken with the relatives who she was living with before.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Woo. The story's getting out of control. But before it spins even more out of control, My fellow disciples, what I want you guys to do is to hit the like, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. And if you have any good comments to say, leave it below. I love y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get back to the show.
We have decided to call them relatives, very close family members. Yeah.
And they're the couple that you guys interviewed and said, you know, the communications was fine, and then it became few and far in between from calls to text messages, and then she just disappeared.
Yeah, and what these family members say is when they started cutting off communication, or rather when the teen stopped being as responsive, they say after revisiting with this teen once she was in the hospital, they say she was terrified, that she was scared, alleging that the two who are accused of these heinous crimes were sort of feeding her false information about what might happen if she were to come forward.
Wow. And so
I have a question about this 15-year-old. Because I see her on the chair. And I want to think, the 15-year-old, is she like, is her mind right, or is she like disabled or anything? Because I know a lot of parents, they take advantage of their autism kids, or the disabled kids, or how do you say it? They're slow-minded kids, like they get taken advantage of. Because I think a normal 15-year-old teen would have went to the police or did something. I'm not sure. But to me, when I see the 15-year-old girl riding on that thing, I'm like, I'm not sure if she's straight or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is death to them, penalize them, destroy them, and end them. Those three things, those three words. And we're going to leave it like that. Now we got to get into this next monstrous of an episode of a judge letting a demon roam back into the streets. And the demon let a T-Rex back out on the streets, and the T-Rex went hunting and shooting. Crazy. Let's get to it.
Tonight on an incident that stunned a community. Police say an 18-year-old unloaded an AR-15 rifle into a street in his neighborhood.
Yeah, you can see right there, it was all caught on camera. And what was even more shocking is what happened after. A judge released that teen to family instead of ordering him to be held in jail. Well, tonight, a higher court judge has thrown out that decision and sent that teen back to jail.
Our chief investigative reporter, Eric Flack, has been on this case since the day that teen was released. And we have to tell you, this story contains video and the sound of gunfire, and it may be disturbing.
I can't tell you the number of times we've heard bullets flying in my neighborhood. I'm grateful for the judge for sending this individual to jail. He belongs in jail.
Hold on, you grateful for the judge sending the victim back to jail? What you should have been telling the judge is, why did he release the predator dinosaur in the first place? You see, the predator dinosaur was already in a box in a cage. But the judge let the dinosaur go hunting and go after his prey, freeing the dinosaur. So we don't understand why he was let go in the first place. Talking about you happy that the judge put the dinosaur back into the cage. Why did the judge let the dinosaur out in the cage to begin with? Why? No.
Former ANC Commissioner Denise Krepp lives just blocks from Independence Avenue in Southeast, where prosecutors allege 18-year-old Amante...
Look at this. Look at this demon, fresh out of prison, fresh out of jail, on bond too, with an AR-15, targeting and hunting his enemies down. Y'all see this? What is going on in these streets in America? What is going on?
Moody fired 26 shots from an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle into the street April 22nd. Prosecutors say he was aiming at an SUV that was driving away during the 2 a.m. incident after a dispute over clothes. The incident caught on at least 3 different cameras. No injuries were reported, although one viewer sent us these photos of a bullet which allegedly hit the family's car during the incident. Despite felony charges of assault with a dangerous weapon and possession of a firearm during a crime of violence, Moody walked out of D.C. Superior Court less than 2 weeks later after a magistrate judge surprised prosecutors by...
Look at them good old family members. Roaming with the dinosaur. Ah, yeah, my son, he free. My son, he's a good boy. A A+ student. Oh yeah. He even signed up to the DARE program. Yeah, you know the DARE program that used to teach kids don't do drugs? He even signed up to that. He did some community service for the students. Yeah, Judge, my son is a good boy. Woo!
By granting him pretrial release.
Mr. Moody, is there anything you'd like to say?
Placing Moody on round-the-clock home detention, equipped with a GPS monitor and a stay-away order from the occupants in the car. The U.S. Attorney's Office immediately asked for an emergency hearing to revoke the teen's release, saying despite defense attorney arguments which emphasized the defendant's supportive family and lack of a criminal history, prosecutors say none of it stopped Moody from allegedly emptying that AR-15 onto a public street where, quote, any innocent passerby or resident could have fallen victim. In court Wednesday, Superior Court Judge Errol Arthur said charges as serious as the ones Moody is facing carry a presumption the defendant will be held in jail before trial, unless the defense offers convincing evidence the community would not be at risk. The judge, citing those videos over and over again, said the seriousness of the charges, the risk the shooter posed to the community that night, and the fact the teen allegedly had an AR-15 in the first place and knew how to use it outweighed Moody's lack of a criminal history, sending him back to jail to await his trial.
But for the grace of God, nobody died.
Boy, the way that little 18-year-old boy ringing that AR-15, it sounds like he should have just joined the military. It sounds like he would have did well in Iraq, in Iran, in the Gaza Strip. Yeah. Send him a one-way ticket to Gaza and let him be a part of this America war. This Israel war and all of that. Yeah, he'll do well over there. How he handled that AR-15, he'll do well over there. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm going to end this episode, man. We got too much demons roaming among us, man. In this world, be prepared, because it's good versus evil. And I'm going to end it like that. Love you guys. Deuces and